Welcome again to today's morning Rise and Inspire show. Today we have a guest. We'll be discussing more about the motivational talk, the youth professions, and the daily affirmations, mindset tips. Outside there, nationally and internationally, the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga is dead. What next? What will happen in Kenya and outside Kenya? The whole world. Thank you so much today. Just to begin with your name, with you, where you're coming from, and then we'll continue from there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Paul Brian. I'm a student within Rongo University. I take international relations and diplomacy. So I advocate for the rights of Kenyans, and also I'm a feminist. I fight for the rights of women, and also I'm a political analyst, and I analyze politics. How do I see it? Yes, so that we see on how we can move forward. I advocate for different things. I work with Kenya Model United Nations under Rongo chapter. I work with integrity under Rongo chapter. I also work with Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDG Rongo chapter. And also part of the executive within the Nyanza region. So that's briefly about Paul Brian.
Okay, thank you so much, Paul Brian. Concerning the motivational talk today, what can you say about the talk today to the Kenyans and outside Kenya, mostly from India and other parts of the countries?
So personally, allow me first of all to welcome all of us to tomorrow's event, where Rongo University will be hosting Professor Lodge Otieno Lumumba, who is a very prominent leader, not only in Kenya, but outside Kenya and the entire Africa. We have known him for advocating for democracy, and is also part of the Pan-Africanists who are still alive that we can see. And we are proud to host him tomorrow, where he will be talking about leadership and youth in democracy. We are expecting more from him, and we are expecting students to be ready with different questions to ask him, so that we can know as young people, as youths, where we can, where the step that we can take to as far as leadership is concerned.
Okay, in the sector that the youths today are the Kenya tomorrow, concerning your professions, what are the areas of specification that we'll be talking about today in Arise and Shine?
Today I'll only talk about leadership. Yeah, youths,
leadership.
Yeah, youths in leadership.
Okay, thank you so much, our distinguished listeners and viewers. We'll be going to the daily affirmations and the mindset tips. Raila is dead from India, and in some minutes from now, Raila's body will be arriving in one of the airports, where a number of people are expecting to meet the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. What is your view according to what's going to happen in the sector where Raila Amolo Odinga has been assisting number of the leaders, the ODM members, in terms of securing their chance in leadership? What can you say about Raila Amolo Odinga in the absence or presence of Raila Amolo Odinga in Kenya as a whole and outside Kenya?
Thank you very much. Allow me first of all to also join other Kenyans and the entire world in mourning one of our own, that the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. It is very sad indeed that we have lost such kind of a leader. We know death is there, but we did not know Raila can die today. It's very sad. And now the question is, what is next? Kenya is going to take a new move, and we are still asking ourselves, how is Kenya going to move forward without Raila Amolo Odinga? Somehow, some of us, many will not understand. But again, the truth is that we have to move forward. Death is there, and we have to accept. So, Raila has died in a moment where there is still no peace in Kenya. You look at, especially in the party of ODM, where he was the leader there. ODM, today we can say that Raila has died when ODM was expecting to enjoy their 20 years old. That was to happen in a few weeks to come. And even today, the people in ODM are not speaking in one voice. you listen to how leaders in ODM they speak. They don't speak in one voice. This is a time when ODM needed Raila the very most so that they can come together, they unite. You look at the public opinion. The public, they have got other things to talk about as far as ODM is concerned. And you look at, there are some leaders in ODM, people like Gladys Wanga, people like Opondo Kaluma. These are people who have grown in ODM because of Raila Amolo Odinga. But not only them. Raila Odinga has touched very many souls. He has mentored very many young people. And today, there are some who are in those positions because of Raila Amolo Odinga. It is very sad to them. In Luo Nyanza, the politics of Luo Nyanza is going to take another wave. Because ODM, you look at the ODM, the structure of ODM. Some of us, some of the Kenyans, some of the people within Luo Nyanza are tired. They started saying that they are tired with the government of ODM. They are tired with the leadership of ODM. And now, we are going to see this through the by-elections that are going to be held. From Homa Bay, we have some in Siaya. We are going to see the move of ODM in this. And this also is going to predict a lot. Like in Homa Bay, is it true that Wanga is going to have her second term? Is it true that people like Orengo, they are going to have their second term? These things are questions that we cannot respond to now. But in the near time, we are going to see a way forward. And we are going to see the step that is going to be taken. People like, especially those people who depended much on Raila Amolo Odinga, they have lost a lot. We acknowledge Raila Amolo Odinga because he's the father of democracy in Kenya. He has done a lot. He has ensured that peace is prevailing in Kenya. Since 2007, 2013, 2022, he has been trying so hard to ensure that Kenyans are united, to ensure that there is peace in Kenya. Even though after almost every elections, people are losing lives. 2007, over 1,000 individuals, they lost their lives from all the tribes within Kenya. So, you know, Raila was trying to advocate for peace. So, we ask ourselves, in case such thing can happen in 2027, who will stand in to advocate for the peace that Raila was advocating for? It is a very great loss for us. The next question is, who is going to be the next Luo kingpin? Is it Opondo Kaluma? It is John Mbadi? Is it Babu Owino? What is the public saying? You know, people like Babu Owino, they saw this thing coming. And you look at the speeches of Babu Owino back then. Babu Owino was pleading that how can I be impeached from my own, from my own tribe? Babu Owino was very sad when Raila said that it is going to stand with Sakaja in 2027 for governor of Nairobi. So this made Babu Owino to come out and say that leadership comes from God. And young people, they believe in Babu Owino. You go anywhere where young people are, but people are singing Babu, Babu, Babu. Because they have seen, as young people, we have seen that Babu Owino can bring change that those old people perhaps cannot bring for us. Babu Owino is for the young people, and he stands for the rights of young people. When young people are being killed, Babu Owino will come out and will say, this, and this is not right. So that's why we as young people, we are advocating that in the near future, Babu Owino can be the Luo kingpin. He will speak for us. He will speak for our rights. But even today, we are not sure whether Babu Owino is still in ODM or not in ODM. Because of some few things that are there, few chaos that are still there in the ODM. But even if he is not in the ODM, in the near time, people of ODM will go and look for this man so that they can come and sit down, so that they can talk together, they can speak in one voice. And is it so that the death of Raila Amolo Odinga can make Ruto to be a one-term president? Some have said that it is true that Ruto is now going to be one-term president because it was Raila Amolo Odinga who was advocating for his second term. But do you think the people who are remaining in ODM will not advocate for his second term? So this also where the question is, will people from Luo Nyanza believe Ruto for the second time, for the second term. You know, this is a very technical question that even personally I cannot address now, whether Ruto is going to be a second term or a one-term president after the death of prominent leader Raila Amolo Odinga.
Okay, thank you so much, Senior Counsel. In three scenarios, scenario number one, as you can view Migori County, where we have the governor, Dr. Ochilo Ayako, we have the MP Uriri Mark Nyamita. In Homa Bay, we have Gladys Wanga. And in the race, during the time they were going for the seat of governor, you see the way the race was very tricky and very difficult. In the sector, let me say, we had John Badi, for former Nairobi Governor Evans Kidero, and we had Gladys Wanga. By the time she came from the women rep position. In Kisumu, we had Anyang' Nyong'o, where he is the current governor. In Siaya, we have Orengo. And then in this scenario where when the time reached before the elections, Raila had to come and had to say something concerning the leadership that will be attained with the leaders, mostly in Homa Bay and some parts like Siaya and Kisumu. What will happen this coming 2027, where Raila is nowhere now to be seen? Raila is dead, and no one will assist the other ODM officials in the scenario of going for their seats, and someone who will speak to them and tell the Kenyans that this is the best direction to follow. Even in the scenario of Kasipul, where Honorable Boyd Were is going to vie for the MP out of Kasipul. You see earlier there, what was happening, what was trending is that Boyd Were, the father, the late Ongondo Were, Honorable Ongondo Were, used to go with Boyd Were to visit Raila. And whenever you see any leader, any upcoming youth going to visit Raila Amolo Odinga, we normally expect a lot from that person. And in that scenario that Raila is nowhere to be seen, Raila is gone now, what will happen to politics of Honorable Boyd Were with the businessman Philip Aroko? In your perception, what can you say about that in those three scenarios?
Thank you very much. Allow me first of all to comment that the politics of Luo Nyanza is going to take another route. It's going to take another shape. Because, you know, like I said before, the Luo Nyanza is known for ODM. And, you know, ODM, majorly those who are there are Luos, you know. So you come to Migori, you know, when we look at what will happen in 2027, you know, some are saying, oh, Ochilo Ayako will go for the second term, Ochilo Ayako will go for one term. But I think this is going to be determined because perhaps there is going to be another party that is going to be formed within Luo Nyanza that perhaps is going to overpower ODM. And if that happens, what is going to happen to the ODM? Will ODM die? Because you look at the ODM today and ODM before. Today and before, ODM before was a very, very, very active and was very strong, and people within ODM were united. Unlike today, people in ODM, they are not united. They are fighting within themselves. So this is going to affect even 2027 elections very seriously when it's come to counties. We look at Homa Bay. Homa Bay, I said, what is going to determine the 2027 is this by-election of Boyd Were. Whether Boyd Were is going to lose or win. So if Boyd Were is going to lose, then that is where we are going to see how, you know, how Wanga is, the politics of Wanga coming 2027 is going to be determined. Because Wanga is really advocating for Boyd Were to win, so that can give her a better chance to win coming 2027. But again, Aroko also is not very, you know, is not a very light man, because I saw some youth advocating that they are tired with the leadership of ODM and now they want to try another route. That's why it's very, you know, it's not very easy to determine who is going to win between Aroko and Boyd Were. You know, and Boyd Were, Boyd Were, you look at, they are trying to, you know, carve all these things so that people can give Boyd Were a sympathy vote, you know, so that he can finish the term of his father, so that after 2027 we can see a way forward. But perhaps that is not going to happen as per to the will of most Kenyans or as per to the will of people of ODM. When you go when you go to Siaya,
Yes.
you know, Siaya, we have this prominent leader called James Orengo.
Orengo.
So there is a very big fight between James Orengo and Oduol. And if you look at even Siaya now, we are not sure whether Oduol is still the deputy governor of Siaya County. So you look at what will happen in 2027. There's this man coming called Raphael Tuju. Raphael Tuju also is going to be there. So the issue of ODM and these people also, they are revolving around ODM, apart from Raphael Tuju, who is the former Secretary General of Jubilee.
Yeah.
So though we still don't know his stance, but Siaya is going to have a very stiff competition when it comes to 2027 between Raphael Tuju, we have James Orengo, and also we have Oduol. Yeah.
And David Ochieng.
And David Ochieng also is there.
Okay, thanks so much, Senior Counsel. In this scenario where back there, the citizens, Kenyan citizens, were complaining that Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna, they have they are in a certain pool where they have exited slightly from ODM. Is it true?
No. Look at this. We look at the scenario of Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna is the general Secretary General of ODM. And Edwin Sifuna will always stand and speak. And he will say that I speak on behalf of ODM. But you know, these people of ODM, they have never neglected him. Baba will always stand, Raila Amolo Odinga will always stand and say that what Sifuna is saying, that is the stand of ODM. So even Raila himself was well conversant with the speech of Sifuna, because he was not opposing Sifuna under any circumstance. The other day, governor of Siaya County made some speech and said he pity ODM without Sifuna. It means there is something cooking somewhere, and that's why, you know, sometimes we say that ODM has got different, you know, stands even with this broad based. If Secretary General Willis Sifuna is saying he does not recognize broad based, then someone is coming that saying that you are in the broad based government. So, you know, in ODM there are two people speaking at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, in another scenario where things could happen, the chair of ODM, Gladys Wanga, used to go to Raila whenever anything happens, whenever she needs any position, whenever she needs any consultation. Now that Raila is dead, how will Gladys Wanga operate on things?
It stands that Gladys Wanga is the chairperson of the national chairperson of the ODM.
Yes.
But moving forward, you know, it is because of Raila why Wanga is in the position where she is today. We are still, I can't quickly comment on that, but we are still looking away on how this woman Gladys Wanga is going to react on this.
Yes.
Because it is very sad, by the way, for Wanga to lose the MP for Kasipul just the other day. Then today is losing Raila Amolo Odinga. It's really painful, and I just ask God to give Wanga strength. Yeah.
Okay, in the scenario where in every county, including Nairobi County, County 001, we normally have some titles where leaders are represented, like in Migori we have Ochilo, the Opindra. In Homa Bay we have Gladys Wanga, he has a title in Siaya, and these are the counties. What will happen mostly to in a condition where they have not been given a forum since Raila's death, announced and confirmed with the family, that is Ida Odinga, that confirmed the death of Raila Amolo Odinga. Nobody has been given a forum apart from what I saw on social media trending concerning President Ruto, public talk, and then we have Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. Who do you think can be given a forum in front of the Kenyan citizens to address the nation concerning what has happened? We have Raila, we have former MP, not former MP, the current MP Embakasi East, Babu Owino. We have Gladys Wanga. We have Musalia Mudavadi. We have Edwin Sifuna. We have CS Murkomen. we have PS Raymond Omolo, and other leaders who can be given a forum to speak to the nation concerning the death of Raila Amolo Odinga.
You know, it was announced by the president himself, that is the Right Reverend William Ruto. And under ODM, it is Sifuna, because it is speak under the ODM. Yeah. So that one was just to, under ODM, it was Sifuna, it is Sifuna to speak. Yeah. Because that Raila was one of the members in ODM and was the leader. Yeah. So he has to speak.
It is Sifuna.
Yeah.
Okay, in a scenario where Raila is now dead from India, concerning it matters concerning, as they explained there, but it was due to attack. What information apart from that one that the one that was handling Raila Amolo Odinga should tell Kenyans, or whatever, anything can come later concerning the death of Raila Amolo Odinga? Earlier, as you see, there are some nowadays citizen journalists that were airing on some news concerning the last address that Raila had, where that we watched there some ads concerning Raila's being infected with some chemicals from the mic. There are some ads that citizen journalists were trending on social media in the past 1 week, and then coming yesterday, tomorrow, where it was announced publicly. We have schools, we have industries, we have a lot, we have the churches. We have the economy of Kenya. How do you think the death of Raila will affect all those sectors, the health, any sector in Kenya?
Raila was a very, Raila is a very big public figure, and he has been known for his fighting for peace and democracy and that unity. So, without unity, things cannot work. I think what now President Ruto should do, he should now restructure his way of doing things to ensure that he brings unity back to Kenya. Because without unity, then we are going to lose a lot. And without unity, Kenya is going to be worse. Yeah. So Ruto should try all his best, all his ways possible to ensure that he works with Kenyans together, he works with people of ODM, he works with everybody, he includes them together so that Kenya can move forward. Because without doing that, then Kenya is going to attack another route. According to the death of Raila Amolo Odinga, I can't comment much, but people will have things to say. People will have things to say, and the truth remains that Raila Amolo Odinga is now not with us.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Senior Counsel. In the scenario of Raila Amolo Odinga today, we have President William Ruto, we have Kithure Kindiki, we have CS the Treasury, John Mbadi. We have the current governor of Homa Bay County, Gladys Wanga. We have PS Raymond Omolo, and we have MP Bakasi Babu Owino. That Kenyans are likely waiting what will happen to Babu Owino as we are being led as things going in order program and the planning concerning the burial and of Raila Amolo Odinga. What is your perception concerning the structure of the government that is going to happen that is in front of us? Because without Raila Amolo Odinga, who is President William Ruto, without Raila Amolo Odinga, where could Babu Owino be today? Without Raila Amolo Odinga, or governor from Siaya, Orengo, where could he be at this moment?
Thank you. We acknowledge that Raila Amolo Odinga has tried his level best to ensure that he worked with different people, different leaders. But the big fight is, especially in the Luo land, is going to remain that he is going to take the part of Raila Amolo Odinga. That's true. No one can fit there. No one can fit. But again, at the end of the day, we must have that person that at least we say, this is the Luo kingpin. So that's where now the problem is going to be. Who is going to be the next looking thing? We have Opiyo Wandayi, we have John Mbadi, we have James Orengo, we have Anyang' Nyong'o, we have Babu Owino. But now, it will depend. What does the ground want? You know, even the local citizens, they have the person that they think can take that, you know, can take that position.
And some information coming in just now is that Oburu Oginga has been elected as acting party leader of the Orange Democratic Movement. And the Right Honorable, the plane carrying the delegation and the body of the Right Honorable Prime Minister has just landed at the JKIA this morning. That is at 9:30 according to the flight radar, and it becomes the most well-tracked plane with a record number of around 20,325 according to the KQA23, and that the flight carrying him also has also been changed his name to RAO 001 to honor the dead Prime Minister. Yeah.
Thank you for that information. So let's just wait and see, you know, especially the changes that are going to be there in the Luo Nyanza and in the party of ODM.
So
Okay.
a question I pose, is the appointment of Oburu Oginga so much strategic as the acting party leader of ODM? Is he the one to issue direction of which way forward for the Orange Democratic Movement? And how do you view it?
Oburu Odinga has just disappointed to act, but he still does not understand a lot the way Raila Amolo Odinga was understanding, and that's why he will just be in that seat. But there are some voices that will come. Yeah, you know, people like Wanga will go to him and tell him, this is what you have decided. It is this one, it is this way, this way. Only in few occasions, only in few matters, Oburu will be giving his views on that. But I don't think ODM still has got a very, very big gap, and
But given that Oburu Oginga was the family leader after the departure of their late father, the late Prime Minister also, that is Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, is it that he knows something concerning the death of Raila, and maybe was he informed of where to take the leadership mantle and how to issue it to the right successor?
I think, you know, families, you know, ODM is bigger than the family.
It's bigger than the family, but they said, you see, ODM is the Odingas. Without the Odingas, there's no ODM. So given that right now he's appointed as the acting party leader of ODM, is it that if, let's say, maybe they find the right party leader, but still they will have to incorporate the Odinga, because you see, people follow the Odinga since not now, even before independence. It has also always been about the Odingas, and we have seen how they have managed to pull those crowds.
So what I think is that, as per now, because they are trying to ensure that things are in order, they will have to work with the appointment of Oburu Oginga, so that Oburu Oginga can help them in giving directions. Because what they are still doing, even the chairperson of ODM, people are still confused. People are still confused. They still don't know the right direction to take. So appointment can be there so that at least you be there. At least before we do our things, we can consult you.
And what about yesterday? We saw that early in the morning when the news broke into that the Right Honorable Prime Minister was dead, was nowhere, is that we saw President Ruto signing a couple of bills into law. As a person who view democracy, who view things in the right path, did you view that as the right trajectory the president could take, given that we have lost a gallant son of the soil, a gallant freedom fighter, a gallant father of democracy, and even the constitution? He was among the key people who designed the Constitution 2010.
You know, the bills that we are talking about, I think it is, I cannot talk about them because they are still not gazetted.